So every Pokemon YouTuber, collector, investor out there in the Pokemon world is telling you that Shrouded Fable is the worst thing since Joe Biden. Well, firstly, it ain't that old, and secondly, it ain't that bad.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
When you finish watching this video, you're not going to be rushing out and buying Shrouded Fable, and there's absolutely no need to rush out and buy it. It's not an amazing set, so why am I even talking about it? Well, it's not as terrible as what everyone's making out. So why is everyone saying it's so bad? We have been so spoilt for choice in the Scarlet and Violet era when it comes to holiday sets especially. There has been such amazing holiday sets to come out of this era that something kind of average comes out like Shrouded Fable and we throw it under the bus. We completely dismiss it because there's so many better choices out there. So why would we invest in Shrouded Fable? Why would we even touch it? Well, it has its pros and it has its cons. I just think it deserves talking about. It warrants further investigation because it doesn't deserve to be thrown under the bus the way it has. Let me explain why. This is the Shrouded Fable Pokemon Center ETB. It's down 47% in 3 months, guys. You could literally pick this up $130 3 months ago. Now $69. This set's almost 4 months old now, coming on 4 months old. Now, while Shrouded Fable is not an amazing investment, there is a price point where some of these products might be worth looking at in the near future. I'm not saying to rush out and get this stuff right now. There's no need. Just start thinking critically, guys. Start digging. There's hidden value in things. Sometimes it gets overlooked, right? Now, in the Shrouded Fable Pokemon Center ETB, the real value is in the promo cards. There's 11 booster packs in these Pokemon Center ETBs, as you guys know. And most of the Pokemon Center ETBs in other Scarlet and Violet sets have done really well. This is the poorest performing one. But the promo card, let's have a look at it, that comes in this set. The Pecharunt Pokemon Center promo card. It's only $20 to $25 raw to buy outright if you just wanted to do that instead of buying the Pokemon Center ETB. If you just wanted this card, it's quite cheap. But look at that, in a PSA 10, $150 US. Why is that so good? This is a $20 to $25 raw card. You're talking about what's that, about 600% markup to a PSA 10. If you were to just buy this Pokemon Center ETB, grade the card, it comes back in a 10, you can sell it for $150. It covers the cost of the Pokemon Center ETB, it covers your grading and postage costs, and gives you some profit. If you did pull a 10, you might buy this Pokemon Center ETB, send the Pecharunt away for grading, you might get a 9, you might be lucky to break even, right? The 9s are basically, you're losing money on a 9. It needs to be a 10. But that's why there's some value in maybe just keeping this product sealed if you can pick it up really cheap. Yeah? Because that Pecharunt promo card in the PSA 10 is quite good value. It's quite a good draw card. So to get a Pokemon Center ETB for $69, 11 booster packs, and the Pecharunt's worth $150 in a PSA 10, that's not a terrible pickup. Again, I'm not saying Shrouded Fable is an amazing set, because it ain't. It just isn't. But there's some hidden value. We're going to go through where the hidden value is in this set and say, where is there a price point where I might consider picking up some Shrouded Fable over the next couple of years, kind of here and there. Don't prioritize Shrouded Fable, but there is a price point where it makes sense, right? Here's a Pecharunt in a PSA 10, a real live recent sale that I looked up on eBay here, $164 US. So flicking back here, I said $150 on Poke Data in a PSA 10, and we've got an actual sale that went down recently for $165 US. So there it is, guys. That's some good value for that promo card in the Pokemon Center ETB. Here's the regular ETB, right? $30. $30 US. It's down 15% in 3 months. So these first two ETBs, the Pokemon Center and the regular ETBs, if you bought them from the outset when they first got released, terrible investment. You know, you've lost money, right? But I don't think anyone rushed out and bought Shrouded Fable when it first came out, so that's fine. We all knew in advance that pre-sales weren't going well. We all knew to back off on Shrouded Fable. It's not something to get. But now, is it time to start reevaluating? The Shrouded Fable ETB, $30. It's a giveaway. Again, prioritize your investments and your collections. Don't rush out and get Shrouded Fable. This video is definitely not to convince you that this is a good set. That is not the point of this video. So don't cherry pick this video. Look at it for what I'm saying, guys. $30 for an ETB. Like, I picked this up in Australia for like 60 bucks, right? It's not great. It might be $60 still in 2-3 years time. But I'm not in a hurry to get them. I'll pick them up here and there at the right price. They're not as terrible as what you think, this set. Here's the Petrunt, the regular Petrunt in the normal ETB. It's worth nothing raw, like $3 raw, $3 or $4 raw, $85 in a PSA 10. Crazy markup, guys, crazy markup. Again, if it comes back in a 9, you don't even cover your cost on the postage and grading. The 9s are worth like $17. In a 10, these are really good value if you can get them graded in a 10. That's where there's some value in these ETBs, guys. If you get a 10, it covers the cost of your postage, grading, and your ETB if you can get a 10. Let's just move on. Here's the Greninja EX Special Illustration Collection. With Shrouded Fable, you'll see a pattern that all these collection boxes, ETBs, all these sealed products, it really comes down with Shrouded Fable. It really comes down to the promo cards. This entire set is really focused around the promo cards. It's very strange. The promo cards are pretty good in most of these products. It's very strange that that's the main reason to buy these is for promo cards. Yeah, it's very weird. But this is the Greninja EX Special Illustration Collection. This thing's up 27%. 27% in 3 months. That's a short time frame. Us sealed investors, we're in it for 5, 6, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, if we live long enough, you know. But 27% in 3 months. And this is supposed to be a terrible set. Don't go near Shrouded Fable, it's horrible. The Greninja Special Collection up 27% in 3 months. I don't know about you, but that's pretty good. I'd be happy with that. Would I sell it after 3 months for $10 profit? No, it wouldn't cover your postage costs, but it's nice. It's nice to see that this thing is holding up. And again, the draw card is no pun intended, the draw card is the promo card. The draw to this set is the promo card. Here's the Greninja from that set. Here's the promo card from that illustration collection. Only $13, $14 raw, right? In a PSA 10, $94. Almost $100 according to Poke data. Again, flick back here. You can pick this illustration collection up for $39. You get 5 booster packs, 3 promo cards, and if you get it graded into 10, that Greninja, you're almost at $100. Here's a real life example actually. On eBay, $105 recently in a PSA 10, 160 Australian dollars. 160 Aussie dollars, 105 US dollars in a PSA 10. For a bloody promo card for a Greninja. Talk about 2024 being year of the Greninja. Greninja is strong in 2024. Again, Shrouded Fable is being dissed by everyone. And I know I'm going to get comments after this video saying that Shrouded Fable is insanely terrible. Why am I talking about it? You're crazy. You don't know what you're doing. That's fine. You guys don't need to buy Shrouded Fable. I'll pick it up at a cheap price intermittently over the next 2-3 years. There's no hurry for this stuff. There's no FOMO with this stuff. There's no hype. But at the right price point, some of these collection boxes with these promo cards, I don't know. I think they're worth a pickup at the right price. Get them on clearance or whatever. Don't pay too much. Do not pay too much. Shrouded Fable is not a big solid investment, so don't pay too much. Here's the Kingdra EX Special Illustration Collection. Identical to the Greninja one. You get 5 booster packs. You get 3 promo cards. Here's the Kingdra EX promo card that comes inside that collection. $10 raw. $66 in a PSA 10. So you're talking at like a 600% markup in a PSA 10. Again, if it comes back in a 9, $19, $20, you lose in money. It's not really worth getting a 9. But again, if you just keep these products sealed, people are after these promo cards. And they're very, very cheap products to pick up, guys. Here's a real life example of the Kingdra. $71 in a PSA 10 recently on eBay. Here's the Kingambit. Now, this one is not as popular. This is out of the 3 illustration collections from Shrouded Fable, this is the least popular, the Kingambit. It's $16 for this set. You don't need to buy it. You don't need to own it. Maybe you buy it and open it for a bit of fun or something, but it's very, very cheap. $16. You get 4 booster packs, 3 promo cards. Here's the Kingambit inside it. $2, $2 or $3 raw, $1, less than $1 according to TCG Player, $2.46 on eBay. It's almost worthless raw. $35 in a PSA 10, $10 in a 9. Really not worth getting graded. The Kingambit, you're barely breaking even on your postage and grading costs if it does come back in a 10, and if it comes back in a 9, you're losing money. So I'm not suggesting that the Kingambit is a good pickup, but just there's the promo card in the Kingambit. I just wanted to go through these sealed products, guys. But you can see with the Pokemon Center ETB, the regular ETB, the Greninja and Kingdra collections, the promo cards are dominating, and I think that's why these boxes are kind of worth picking up at the right price. Again, I'm not touting them as a good set. I'm not touting Shrouded Fable as a great set. I'm just saying there have been worse sets, far worse sets that people have invested in than Shrouded Fable. It's not the worst set. $41 for the Kingambit in a PSA 10 on eBay here, a recent sale. Again, if you get it in a 10, you're barely covering postage and grading costs. Maybe in a few years' time, the Kingambit in a 10 might be a good investment. It might go up in value. I'm not going to predict whether it will or won't. I'm not thrilled about Kingambit or the Kingambit collection. I just wanted to show you the comparison between this one and the other ones. So if you got some value out of this video and you want to see the second part of Shrouded Fable where I talk about some of the chase cards and what they're going for in PSA 10s, click here. If you want to see what I think is one of the most undervalued Sword and Shield products right now, click here.